Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming. Hope you're safe. Your trip was safe. By the way, my name is Freddie Dawkins. I'm going to be your trainer for today. Welcome. I'm happy to be aligned with the GCS facilitators here down in the Hampton Roads area. We're going to look at a couple of dynamics here. We're going to look at the word of the day. It's going to be recovery coach and what that role is and what the definition of recovery coach is. Particularly, does anyone in the house have a definition of what the word recovery means? But before we do that, let me just kind of give you some information about myself. I'm a graduate of State University of New York at Newport. I hold a dual science contract major. I study psychology and sociology. I can take a master's in either direction I choose to go. I'm also a graduate of Recovery and Life Coaching Academy in New York, up under Donna Pagan. Many of you might have seen the book I've seen on Ellen DeGeneres. I'm also a certified credentialed counselor out of New York State, both alcohol and substance abuse, as well as having been recently ordained by the GCS facilitators here in the Hampton Roads area. So once again, it gives me great pleasure to be here. And the word of the day is recovery coach. Does anyone, by the show of hands, or particularly Mr. West, can give us a description? Thank you, Mr. West.
Yeah, I got this, man. Recovery coach. Resiliency, coming back. First thing that comes to my mind is the late rapper Aaliyah, where she said the song "Fall Back Down" and dust yourself back off and come back again. So that's what recovery means to me.
Thanks, Mr. West. Great definition. Let's look at what the Connecticut model says, and that's the Connecticut Community for Addiction Recovery. Let's look at what they say about recovery coaching. The Connecticut model says that a recovery coach is anyone interested in promoting recovery by removing barriers and obstacles to recovery by serving as a personal guide and mentor for people seeking or in recovery. Okay, that's the Connecticut model definition. Now, one of the guys you're going to hear us talk about throughout this process of the class is a guy by the name of William White. He's probably one of the leading authorities on the recovery movement in America. And his definition says that drug use was not penal, or alcohol use was not penal, and the cure for a drunkard was medical. William White says a recovery coach is a person who helps remove personal and environmental obstacles to recovery, links the newly recovering person to the recovering community, and serves as a personal guide and mentor in the management of personal and family recovery. He didn't leave out the family. Such supports are generated by mobilizing volunteer resources within the recovery community or provided by the recovery coach where such natural support networks are lacking. This, after this class, is going to be your role to come in where you see those instances are lacking. Let's look at another definition. This definition comes from a class of like-minded people like yourselves that says, and I heard this definition in a recovery academy up in New York, and it said that a recovery coach is someone interested in promoting recovery by assisting recoveries to identify and overcome barriers to recovery, develop recovery capital, and serve as a recovery guide and companion for those seeking or sustaining recovery. Nice. Okay, now, recovery coach. We heard the definition from Connecticut. We've heard the definition from William White, which we like to call Bill. We've also heard like-mindeds like yourselves come together with a definition of recovery coach. There's no one definition for what a recovery coach is. But what about the role of a recovery coach? Well, a recovery coach believes in the capacity for change. He or she is a motivator. He and she encourages. And he and she celebrates. Nice. That's the role. Okay. Recovery coach role is an ally, is a confidant, is loyal, cares, actively listens, trustworthy, stable, and consistent.